Hey everyone, this is Alexander from Clint Tournaments. Right now, before I start with what it says, I have 3 channels. My first one is next month 8 years old. My second channel and third one, I don't really care about age. My first one's name's Alex and Mario. All one word. My second channel is Alexander Space Tournaments. This one you're watching it on is Clinton Tournaments. I'm not going to explain why that is, but just letting you know. So watch all 3 channels. My first one, my second one, my third one. I definitely upload to my third one more. Obviously. But, yeah. So actually going to why you clicked onto this video, my evil Pokemon team. I ain't no Pokemon YouTuber, but I am a huge fan of the Pokemon series, so it should look amazing. So, MNJ TV just did a video on my evil team. So, why not? So mine, it uses Giratina, my absolute favorite Pokemon. Yeah, because in my second channel, it was the first ever shiny I got. First one. Like hours of hunting. Got it. Yeah. My longest hunt, then I actually still got the shiny, was Glisslord. Getting sidetracked. So, my evil team has lots to do with Giratina. So we start off in Sinnoh. And this story takes a lot from all the other games, except for like Sword and Shield and other ones. I don't know. It takes from other ones and uses it for this one to make it feel like more of a world than... Oh, hey, small reference. Small reference, nice. It's gonna be kind of like that small part of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But the entire thing, not the end. After you beat the main story, here you go. I haven't gotten there yet since I'm just shiny hunting. There'll be nearly a year to get one, so... Anyways, so as we start off, we see that this kid is... quickly, I think every 2 console generations, a remake is made. First, Game Boy Color. But then you would be like, hey, what about 2DS XL? New 2DS XL. That's more of the same thing, right? If you look at it, yeah. But it wasn't exclusive to it. Crystal was exclusive to the Game Boy Color. Didn't work with the Game Boy Normal. So it technically means, I'm quoting basically, that's a console generation 1. Then the next one, Game Boy Advance, had Red and Blue. Gold and Silver is Game Boy Color because Crystal. Let's just act like all of them were exclusive. Since that was the really only way, because the shinies, yeah. So, there was that. Game Boy Advance, it skipped the DS to the 3DS. One from the DS would skip the 3DS and go to the Switch. So I believe we would have it on that boy. Am I pointing to it? There. Onto the Switch. And yes, I know those are VHS. Don't mind that. So, the story begins with a kid going off onto his adventure. At the beginning, you meet a very jolly man. He is in a church who hail Arceus. Yes, surprisingly, even though there's a literal god in their universe, and several of them, there's no churches at all. I hope... France? Notre Dame? Anyone? Several churches. America is the land of Jesus. I'm kidding, it's not. But the reason why America does exist is because many pioneers who believed in Christian faith wanted to be a bit more free. Yeah, you're kind of restricting yeast to another country. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. So, that one. And you meet the evil team. Team Deception. Team Deception is an evil team, a normal one. Dark. And you meet the leader is a gym leader. But he's not known. But over halfway after you got like 4 or 5 badges, you learn something. You find something you weren't supposed to. That church has an underground cult. That church part is a facade. They really hail Giratina, because the leader was saved by Giratina. Years ago, he was in a fire. He was saved by a dog, Phyllis. Of course, he's thankful, and is willing to bring him back. You notice someone from the church wearing the same robe, a different colored robe actually. They normally white, but this one's black with red highlights instead of white with gold highlights. The color of Arceus is actually the colors of Giratina. So what they're doing is taking Pokemon and extracting their souls and putting it into that. And this is going to be a bit darker. Just saying that bluntly right now. So, they're trying to work with Necrozma. So, they actually found Necrozma. This is in a Ultra Sun Moon where you didn't find him. He left too soon. Because he was transported. He was teleported by a Abra, who was commanded to find legendary Pokemon that could assist. And Necrozma, even though he is an Ultra Beast, was selected. So Necrozma, they never caught him. They just tried to communicate with it, since it can understand English. It can't understand us, we can't understand him, but we can understand this. So they do make a consensus that the Distortion World is made with anti-light. You can still see it and actually still acts like normal light, but to Necrozma, that is like, compare a hot dog to a gourmet meat meal. Sure, you like one, but the other one you would adore. So, let's say if they work, he can get the one he would like more. And it's also revealed Giratina is the god of gravity. But also you meet someone in the mask, in a skull mask, who is insistence. But he literally never leaves the underground. Other people just bring him food, and he actually likes it. He's an introvert. He's very introverted, timid, but insane. Yeah. So, what happens is, once you discover it, of course, he's scared, but then he realizes there's already an evil team. Because he's noticed almost every region has an evil team. So he made a fake one to make everyone think, oh yeah, there's it, that's the evil team. So he can do the underground stuff and just blame it on them. Their Team Deception, because they're the decoy. The real one, actually, in the end, after this, they think they're ready for Phase 2. Which, the person he whispers, enter Phase 2, started like, already? It's only been a few years. And he's been playing this for many, many years. This has been carefully orchestrated, to even if a meddling kid were to get in the way, he would find a way to weasel him way back into those spots. Because he has many people who you do not see until after his plan, if it does go to fruition, you do see. He has other people to go instead of him. So if you do knock him out, someone else will just rise in his place. saying how they're so glad someone finally took him down. And all the other stuff. So, later on, after that, we learn what Phase 2 is. We go to a place and we hear, in a town we haven't been to yet, that there was a bombing. Electrodes were used in specific places to destroy a building. And it just happened. And it was his plan. Because he can do it with Pokemon, but with people. He never did it with people because if people started vanishing and Pokemon, that would be kind of suspicious. Also, that would be a more force, like, get them now. Be more of a force than to get them instead of a laid back more. That's why it's Phase 2, not Phase 1. Just instantly go crazy. So, well, not Phase 2, probably like Phase 100. Phase 66. Anyways, so, Necrozma puts a 1, saying 1 more needs. And then after you beat one more gym, you find out the church's main building is in the same town, in a restricted area. You sneak in. Once you get there, you see Necrozma starting to open a portal. Which then, the leader acts super scared because even when he was talking to you earlier, he says, "Oh yeah, I'm also a great actor." And he actually does show this because in the game model, it acts exactly the same as when he's actually shocked. To deceive you in thinking you're actually going to stop him. But no. Your rival, who is a jerk in this one, who hates you, actually wants you dead, but through the adventure actually learns, also he just hates humanity, thinks they're a waste of time and space, destroying Pokemon, going to other worlds. He thinks we'll destroy reality itself. He just believes we're stupid in our intelligence. So what other Pokemon has done this many bad things to everything? They've even used other universes. And he knows this because that's the team leader's son. Of course, he doesn't know what he's evilly doing, but he knows some of the research into the world. Giratina, about Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina, Arceus, and all of them. But with this one, Giratina, the portal starts, and then it's revealed that you're the last sacrifice needed. And he starts it, but then in one act of heroics, your rival dies. Yes, things happen. That's why I said it's darker. Yeah. With this one, terrorism is a bigger part. Cults, destruction. But Giratina is successfully summoned. So this is what you could do. You could either attack immediately or wait. Those are 2 options. If you don't do it fast enough, it instantly does the year. But if you're quick enough, you can do the now. I'm going to only focus on if you wait a year. So let's say you click or don't do it fast enough. 1 year passes. And you see awesome cutscenes. The first one is once Giratina is fully through, they walk out. And then Arceus appears. Which then we see the guy in the mask laugh. And then him looking back and nods. And several Pokeballs are released. And each time a Pokemon soul is ripped out, they become a Giratina devil version of themselves. So he's done this to legendary Pokemon. He did this to Rayquaza, Mewtwo, and other ones for specific reasons. Rayquaza because his base stat is bigger when Mega Evolved, and he's always had one. He never uses it. Even when he could in a boss fight, he never does. He uses it now to Mega Evolve him. And when it does, it's shown to be an epic fight. But he uses all the plates at once, which we see as a cool animation. Which then, we see the guy in the mask laugh again. And then phase 2 of their plan to defeat God continues. So what they do is use a move that lets them use psychic moves. They use one that lets them use ground moves. And then they pin him to the ground and spam Earthquake. Do enough damage so the Soul Steel will actually work on him. And they get him down. They take down Arceus, powering up Giratina to literal the God's level. He was basically God. Now he has absorbed God himself. So he takes over the world. But after the year, it's actually revealed when you're actually trying to stop him, crime is down by a lot. A lot of death has stopped. And everyone that was killed that was innocent, he feels bad. And actually, through the Arceus power and Giratina, he's actually able to bring them back to life. No horrific side effects even, because that's a literal power of the creator of everything. And even Unknown. And Unknown's more known. A little bit more. Apparently Unknown are just the fragments of reality needed to keep it together and the theoretical 100 arms. And each time a Pokemon of a high enough level that they are the gods of them absorb one, they gain more power. So Giratina slightly uses this and lets him warp reality even further. So what Giratina does now, and with this few years, people really don't hate him anymore. After the first few months where a lot of bad stuff started happening, but really, it became a utopia. That's what he wants you to think. Really, yeah, of course there's still problems, but he's a bit harsh. It is shown that he is Xing a lot of people. And those he seems sinners, he actually absorbs, because when Giratina came through, he gifted him with a demon form. But he keeps his soul in powers at once. And he is really ruthless. He can absorb souls by literally ripping them out of a live person. So, once you actually do take him down, when you start to actually do that, an earthquake happens. And then shiny Zygarde cells appear. Zygardes are all around the world. There's not one. There are multiple Zygardes. There's actually 50 or so cells in each region. And they can call all the region cells if anything major needs to happen. It's just you catch the one in X and Y. Not in this canon, but you could. And you could collect them because this one, during Sun and Moon, this one is kind of recon, it was exploded. And when you bring them all back together, they just stay with you because, well, hey, you were the one that helped them stay together, bring back together. But in this one, the shiny one is the one that's for the entire world. Only when the entire world is threatened does this one appear. This one, it's not catchable, but there is one slot that does have it. Its stats are overpowered, and its move is to regenerate if enough damage, which we only see in cutscenes, but it's still really cool. And he's only fights in a cutscene, and we really do see his demos. I'm just gonna call him the False Prophet. The False Prophet's power in this new half demon, half normal form, when he goes full demon, oh, he is heavily overpowered. He just wails on that guy. And after all, once you actually do reverse everything, complete chaos for a few days. But then, once everything really shifts back, we do see that he helped everything out in the end, making a moral dilemma. Was he morally right? He did. It's like with Kira in Death Note. An anime I have seen, that's one of few. And I think that and FMA and Steins Gate. That's literally all of them I've seen. Put down in the comments ones you would like me to see and tell me how stupid I am for not seeing Gurren Lagann. I don't know. Anyways, so that, and we do see some ramifications of you stopping him. But if you stop him early by actually playing that one, then in the second save file, since there's not, in this one, multiple save files, in the second save file, if this one still has it, you can actually get that option. Actually, it's not, you have to be quick. You actually get that option, and if you stop him immediately, it's even worse off. But he's dragged into the portal, and a small bit of free DLC later, we do see him get spat out and still be around, and we do see him change his face to the mysterious guy, and well, guess what? The one that was in Sun and Moon, randomly, and the one that was also in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire for no reason. Yep, that guy. He turns into him, but during an accident, he loses his memories. But we see in a later entry, if I ever do make a sequel to this, he gets his memory back and learns. But he has the old memory, so it kind of clashes and tries to see which is better. And this one after the year of Prosper, he calls it. That's just something I made up on the spot. I have no scripts. I just make this stuff on the fly. I think you can tell. Well, yeah. Also, the guy in the skull? Noggin. He's a reference to him because he's the one that gave me the idea. One of the plans is to take down Arceus, but how when he is all types? By using what I said as strategy and Rayquaza just acting like to distract him because he can't do enough damage because of all the resistances and immunities he has. So he's a very limited move pool, but once all that and shoved into the ground, with all the earthquakes, he has enough damage taken. But I want to know what you think about my insanity call to action. See you later. Remember, watch my channels or else.